So this is our video of making jambalaya, me and my daughter. This is our very favorite dish, one of my very favorite dishes in the world, and it is in fact her very favorite dish in the world. So let's get into it. First, we are going to dice us up some peppers and onions. You like to use 2 to 3 different kinds of bell peppers just to get a nice color variation in there. You want to use at least 2 onions for the pot, depending on the size of the onions. Today we decided to use 2, made the perfect amount. Get those cut up, score those, chop them up nicely, get them prepared. The prep work on the jambalaya is really what takes the most amount of time. We got 2 different kinds of sausage there. We are getting this whole chicken baked up and basted here. You just saw me throw the bone broth into the pot there. That is my organic bone broth that I made from those farm-raised chickens I bought locally just here a couple weeks ago, so it's awesome to be able to use that. As you can see here, we're getting ready to throw in some ingredients that aren't the healthiest in the world. There's a pound of bacon going into this thing. There's 2 pounds of sausage, 2 different types of ground sausage. One that's the frozen patties from Pernell, one that I just grabbed the Great Value Walmart brand on. But yeah, we're going to hit that pan with some avocado oil, get the peppers and onions searing here. You want to take those basically until your onions are translucent, transparent. You want to get them to a clear state, and then you're going to get those into the stock with everything. Once you get your peppers and onions done, you want to get your celery sauteed off. That's something you want to make sure you get fully cooked, because celery will, you don't want to crunch in your jambalaya. That's not something you're looking for. Make sure you get everything fully cooked. You just saw me stick Earlene in there for a quick, brief hello, my sourdough starter. That's about week 2. Hopefully good to go soon. But yeah, so once we get these veggies going, they're going to go into the stock pot. There's another little clip. You just saw the granola bars that I made for my kids. Good stuff. Sorry, it's a little random, but those granola bars were fantastic. Very simple. Chocolate chips, melted peanut butter, brown sugar, protein granola. Boom, you're welcome. Get those peppers and onions in, and then we are going to start searing off that bacon. And now, love me or hate me, this bacon we are going to take and we are going to sear it all the way down to crispy, and we're going to dump it all into the pot. And I do mean all of it. Every drop of grease, it's all going in there, and it is going to be amazing. You just can't even understand the extra flavor that brings. Only seasonings we're going to hit this with is Creole, salt, pepper, a little sea salt, and a little bit of seasonal. That's literally it. I apologize, garlic powder. Last one, swear. And parsley, sorry. Yeah, that's it. It's very simple is my point. But yeah, we're going to get that going. Once you get all 3 of those meats done, you're going to get that all added into the stock, get everything on some heat, not crazy high heat. You just want to get a nice heat going to where you can get a little bit of a boil. Add that in, boom, it flash fries that whole thing. Now that we've got our bacon and bacon grease into the stock pot, we are going to go ahead and get our celery done here. Should have sauteed that before the meat, but I just straight up forgot. So went ahead and added 4 stalks of celery in here. And that's something I did want to take a second to talk about. I always use 2 to 3 bell peppers, 2 to 3 onions, and then 3 to 4 sticks of celery, and that's about the perfect amount. Vegetable-wise, you can throw in some actual garlic if you like. I just use garlic powder. Call me lazy, but I don't hardly ever use fresh garlic. At least not yet. Maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. But that chicken's finally coming out. We will add our sausage in right before the chicken. The chicken will be the second to last meat to go in. We'll finish it all off with some raw shrimp that just cooks in with the rice and the moisture and just makes it all pop right at the very end. But that will be here in just a little bit. Go ahead and get this added into the stock pot so those flavors can start working themselves together. Add in this different kind of sausages. I've never used Great Value brand tube sausage like that before, but I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to see if it'd kick it up a notch, having a second kind of sausage in here. And the end result, it certainly did. It is the best pot of jambalaya that I have made to date, and that is the truth. But this stuff, how can you go wrong with a good pot of jambalaya? You really can't. It's just one of the best eats there is. Check that out. You can see it now. It's all in there other than the chicken at this point, and of course the shrimp at the end. That chicken baked up beautifully. I just love to bake them whole. You don't have to. You can butcher them down. They bake faster if you do that, but this is just the way I like to do it. I think you get the juiciest and the best flavor this way. This is a huge chicken. I don't remember what it weighed, but it was a lot. And so I went ahead and added about 3/4 of this chicken into the pot. I did save some, to use for meal preps and whatnot throughout the week. So that was nice. And then I actually saved the carcass, and, you'll see in a separate video that we take that carcass and make an entire pot of bone broth, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And one of the basis of this jambalaya is an old pot of bone broth that we had made earlier in the year. And so that bone broth just has an unbelievable amount of health benefit to it. The collagen that you get out of those bones, it just does something for your health that you can't get elsewhere. You're not going to get that in a broth at the store, whether it says it's legit or not. I don't care what it says. You're just not going to get it. Now we're going to add the rice in. You got all that liquid. We've got probably 8 cups to 10 cups of liquid in here at this point. And so now we're going to add 6 to 8 cups of rice. You want to have a little less rice than you do liquid because it just fluffs up so much on that minute rice, and it is just absolutely phenomenal. Now is when we're going to get ready to add in our shrimp, add in a little bit more rice to get it to the perfect consistency. Never add all of your rice at once. Always add it as you go. That way you get the right texture, the right consistency that you're looking for. We'll pop these shrimp in, we will cover it, let it set for exactly 7 minutes, and then we will be off to the races. One of the best feelings is when you get that lid on your jambalaya and then you take that sucker off and you see that shrimp has turned from blue to red, and it is just the best feeling because you know that it is cooked, it is good, and it is time to eat. So, it is just one of the best feelings is when you put all that work in. You can see, we're almost 8 o'clock at this point. We worked on this sucker over 3 hours, but look at the end result. We had all this food, me and my daughter, toast with homemade butter, and then boom! 3 full Tupperwares, had enough to share with the neighbors, and it was just a beautiful night. God bless everybody.